I'm about to tell you what Fortnite's gonna look like in the next 5 years. I had the opportunity to go on Squatting Dog's awesome podcast the other day, and we had a 2-hour long conversation about a ton of things. One of the things we talked about was what the future of Fortnite looks like, and I painted a picture for him that got him really excited. If Fortnite becomes what I talk about in this video, it will be the most popular game for decades. Take a listen.
My question to you, I feel like creative and VR players, there's this interesting nature between the two of them. How is Fortnite VR connected to creative? And also, why is that important to have both in this ecosystem when we talk about the future of Fortnite?
Okay, so I guess the first question is, how are they connected? I think it's been a bit of a rocky start and transition for creative mode and battle royale together. I feel like creative mode came out, it was a fun little we'll just see what it is, and a lot of people use it as just like a practice arena kind of thing. And there's a few other people, like Scissors got into doing some death runs, and there was a few things like that. And then of course there's the core community, small community of creators that were building maps. But I feel like generally the battle royale audience didn't really grab onto creative mode at first. But I feel like since it started growing, they've started updating creative mode a little bit more. They started integrating maps in the main home screen with LTMs and things like that, and also battle royale, like Epic is doing their own LTMs, like the floor is lava or the one shot stuff, or whatever. All all of that, I think that is a way they've started training the battle royale folks to say, hey, there's more than just battle royale. There's also these other game modes, other maps, things to play that are fun and you'll love it. And it still has the same mechanics. It still has the same feel that you're used to. And I think Fortnite is slowly getting to the place where people are playing. There's actually quite a few players in creative mode. I mean, you'd be shocked to hear some of the numbers these maps are played. Like, there's some that have over, hundreds of millions of plays, and tens of millions or whatever. Even like I have a map that was just a piece of junk. It was not a good map. It was a pretty funny map, but it has like 1.2 million plays. And it's never been featured. It's never been it's never been front and center on Fortnite's homepage or anything. It's just people are out there playing this. And now to take those numbers, like even some of the top games on Steam or out there that are being played don't get that many plays.
Right.
Like that's like there are maps. The map I spent 2 hours on is getting more plays than some of the top games out there, and which is ridiculous. And so creative mode is in a very interesting space where people still don't. It's still really underrated in the Fortnite community. They're like, oh yeah, battle royale first, but a lot of plays, I don't really know what the percentages are, but I think it's pretty high. If you were to take the Fortnite community and you say, okay, here's all the battle royale plays, and here's all the creative plays, and here's all the save the world plays, and you put it all together, a large percentage of that is going to be creative mode. I mean, the biggest percentage is going to be battle royale, but I don't think creative mode's too far behind that in the percentage wise who's playing it. So I feel like there's been this slow transition from Fortnite's just a battle royale game, even though it was Save the World first. Like it's this battle royale game, and it blew up, and now it's kind of starting to keep its player base is still wanting to play Fortnite, but they're also playing these other game modes that are really fun. Whether it could just be a box fight or 1v1 that's feels like Fortnite, or it's something totally different. It feels like Counter-Strike. It's a search and destroy map, or it's an adventure. You go on this big open world adventure now and have these crazy experiences. And then, oh, that was fun. I want to go back and play some Battle Royale. And you can just jump right over to Battle Royale. And yeah, I think there is a change coming to Fortnite in the next year or two where you're going to start to see all this melt together a little bit more. I think they tried to do something more with Party Royale.
Yeah.
That was kind of the first glimpse of I know a lot of people were scared at that time when that came out of are they trying to replace creative mode? Are they just going to do it themselves? But they just didn't execute it quite right. I think Party Royale is a good in theory. Maybe execution wise, it could have been a little bit better in bringing games, the maps out there together mixed with the Battle Royale. You could just go and hop in it. I think there's a lot that could be done better. What I'm saying is the Battle Royale folks, if you haven't gone into creative mode recently, you should go in. Just jump in it and look around. You'll be surprised at all of the fun competitive maps you can play, but also just the fun mini games and variety games and things that you'll be shocked. If you haven't looked at it in like a year, you'll be shocked at like the progress it's made. And I really do think Fortnite, that's kind of the future of Fortnite, is Battle Royale is only going to have legs for so long, right? It's only, I don't know what that is. I don't know if that's a year or 3 or 10. It can only last for so long before it's like, all right, we got to focus on something else.
And
Creative
why
mode.
is that? Why would you say? I mean, if you've watched any part of the gaming industry, you know there's always games tend to have a cycle, right? They tend to eventually slow. Not in the sense of, you know, World of Warcraft players are still playing World of Warcraft. You know, like they've been playing for so long. What is as a developer of a game? I'm sure the fear is eventually people will get burnt out. And historically speaking, there are certain seasons that people like in the BR and there's certain seasons that they don't. We see when I chat with people, a lot of people are like, yeah, I took a break this season, yada, yada, yada. It's like this temperament of playing other games, you know, something else might be popular at the time. But then we see Fortnite still consistent, keeping up with a lot of these like trends. So as a developer, if you know that about any game, you're probably trying your best to take stabs at like, okay, how do we make this work to where we can, you know, keep this good thing going? But how do we also not burn out our audience?
Yeah.
And do you feel like creative was their answer to that? Or do we have something that is yet to come that will blend, kind of like what you were saying earlier, blend these a little bit more appropriately?
I think yes to all of that. Like, I mean, there's a lot you said. I think Fortnite's, or Battle Royale in general, the Battle Royale mode, game mode, it has very long legs. Like, I don't think it's gonna, I think Battle Royale will be around forever, right? Just like, I think Search and Destroy, like Counter-Strike is a good example of something that's been around for a long time and it's still insanely popular. And that game mode, I think, will always exist in some form. And Counter-Strike has done a great job of keeping their audience interested as well. I mean, it's also an esport that is a little bit more controlled space. So I think that's helped as well, along with like League of Legends, the MOBA like genre has really strong legs. I think one of the things Fortnite has that's a struggle is it's such a high skill gap between like the pros and the casual players. Like it's insanely different. Like if I go and play Battle Royale right now, it's really hard for me to get a win. I can get a win, but it's like I gotta like die a whole bunch of times to get into a lobby that's a little easier or whatever it is. I think that's one thing that's a struggle, is the balance there. And that's what I think most people struggle with, is like, I just can't keep up with this. It's not like League of Legends, you can jump in and it's the skill gap isn't so massive there. I think the Battle Royale game mode will exist as long as Epic is still supporting Fortnite. It's gonna be there in some form, whether it's the number one thing or not, I don't know. But it's going to always exist. And one thing I hope, I don't know if this is the future of Fortnite, but I've always felt like Epic should be taking the game modes that are popular in creative mode and making it into a new mode. So right now we have Save the World, we have Battle Royale, we have Creative. But if you don't, in case people here are listening don't know, Counter-Strike was a mod, right? Yep. That was something fans made. It wasn't something Valve made. They took the Half-Life engine and they made a Search and Destroy map, and people loved it. And so then Valve was like, oh, we're going to take this and make it into a game called Counter-Strike. And now it makes tons of money, right? And so they made a whole game off of a mod. And that's what creative mode is, just modding Fortnite. And I'm surprised. I feel like Epic should have taken the box fight and made that into a game mode, like made really cool maps, made really cool mechanics, and like made its own game mode. You have Save the World, you have Battle Royale, you have box fights, and you have creative mode. Like, and I feel like that's something they should have done. But it sounds to me like the way Epic is kind of thinking now is, let's just make it more accessible, creative mode more accessible, so that you can go and play all the box fights, or you can go and play all the Search and Destroy maps, or you can go and play all the adventure maps or death runs or whatever, and make it more of like YouTube, right? The YouTube of gaming is, because YouTube is the number one viewed platform in the world. Like there's more views on YouTube than Netflix or anywhere else. And what if you can capture that in gaming? And I think something like creative mode or Roblox or Minecraft or Core or something, whoever can like figure that out
Yep.
Like really figure it out first that is the future, not just of Fortnite, that's the future of gaming. Is user-generated content. The advantage that Fortnite has is they have this massive player base that's constantly playing the game in Battle Royale. They have millions playing right now. Like, there's probably 4 million people playing Fortnite at this moment. And some of them are going to say, I just lost that game. I'm mad. Let's go play creative. And so half of those players are going to go, there's probably 1 million or 2 million people playing creative mode right now. And they're playing these other games. And what if it had a better browser system? Like, what if you jumped on Fortnite and it looked like YouTube? And you said, oh, here's that game. Oh, that was Mustard Plays. I'm following Mustard Plays now in Fortnite. And he's got 1 million subscribers in Fortnite. And I want to see his newest map or his newest game. And I want to see Wirt Andrews' newest game. And I want to see Squatting Dog's newest, piece of content that he's put out on Fortnite and made it like a social network. What if Fortnite was more of a social network than even a game? And oh yes, Battle Royale is up there in the top left always. Just like on YouTube, you have your subscription feed or whatever. It's always up there. You go play Battle Royale for a little bit, and then you come out and see what's new in the creative world. Like, that is what I think the future is. I don't know how soon that's coming, but in a few years, someone's going to figure this out.
Right.
And Epic has the opportunity and the fan base right now to really capitalize on it.